What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Snowcast Sports Talk, episode 32. Let's go! The Giants won a football game, guys. The Giants beat the Titans 21-20, week 1 in Tennessee. Brian Daboll, 1-0 as a head coach. Let's freaking go. Insane. I couldn't believe they won this game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The first half of this game was abysmal. I'm just so happy for them. I'm going to be very, very, very frank with a lot of this stuff. First of all, second time recording this. The first time I was so excited, it was like 6 minutes in, and I was kind of done with everything. I want to, take my time, just talk about this for a minute. The Giants won a week 1 game, guys. The Giants haven't won a week 1 game since 2016. Since I was a sophomore in college, that was the last time the Giants won a week 1 game. It just feels good, man. It feels good. The Giants lost last year, week 3, against Washington on a penalty to give the Washington team another chance to kick a game-winning field goal. And after that, I decided I was going to go watch a different team for a little bit. I needed a break. And so I went and I watched the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's my favorite player, and so I followed him. And who did I fall in love with over there? Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen. Those are two guys I really liked, and now they are both with the Giants. And the reason I tell you this story is for the past 31 episodes, I have been saying that these guys are going to institute change, that we will see results this year, and we will see competitive football this year. And what did we see yesterday? We saw a team that struggled, a team that readjusted, and then a team that fought back and eventually won a game with these new guys in this new regime. It was just amazing. I want to go through this slowly here. Let's start with the highs. I was figuring out if I was going to go by unit, like offense, defense, or if I was going to talk about players. There's two guys I really want to talk about on the offense first, and the first one is number 26. Saquon Barkley is back. This guy has been put through the ringer. He has had to watch coach after coach get fired and reasonably thinking he's responsible because he couldn't do anything on the field. He had an ACL tear, missed a season. The next season, last season, he came back from that ACL tear and just wasn't himself. And then to top it off, the offensive play calling was abysmal. So Saquon Barkley coming out here and having 194 yards in a game with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The way the Giants win games this year, man, is you run through Saquon. And I need to own up, I've been a Saquon hater for the past couple of months. And he came out yesterday and just shut every hater up, including myself. I will never lie to you guys about a player that I crap on or a player that I don't have confidence in. Saquon was one of those guys, and he absolutely killed it. I just can't say enough good things about Saquon. The way he led the team, the way he kept fighting, even those short runs, that's what we needed. Running up the gut and getting 4 yards. We had so many 2 and 6, 2 and 5, 2 and 4. That was what we needed because that's how you set up for third downs that are reasonable. It just felt like Saquon was playing like the Saquon in 2018 when he was the rookie of the year and in 2019 before he got injured and even when he came back from that injury in 2019. It was awesome. And then, finally at the end, he gets the 2-point conversion. And what does he do? He goes up and he hugs Brian Daboll. And it's like that emotion and that rage and that excitement. I can't tell you how fired up I was yesterday. I tried to record a podcast yesterday, but I was absolutely so out of my mind that I just couldn't get my thoughts down in a coherent, like layout. So it just didn't make sense when I listened back. So I figured I'd come back today and record it. Saquon Barkley, A freaking plus. Let's go. And we play Carolina next week. Saquon is going to eat on them. Mark my words. Second person I want to talk about on the offense, Daniel Jones. Still don't know if he's the guy. Let's start off with the good. First half, nothing good. Second half, throws that bomb to Shep. It was a great read by him. Not a great throw, but a great freaking read. Way to stand in the pocket and get that ball out. Shep did a lot of the work at the end of not getting tackled, but great play by DJ. DJ throws the interception, which we'll talk about in a second. He comes back out on the field in the next drive. It didn't faze him. And he goes all the way down the field and gets them a touchdown with a pass to Chris Mayock, one of their tight ends, I believe. And it was a beautiful play. And he also had a 4th down conversion. After the interception he threw, he came out and led the team in a go-ahead score, which we don't see Daniel Jones do very often. So that was good. Let's talk about the bad. Daniel Jones has to understand on third down, there's going to be pressure, and you need to throw the ball quick. You need to make decisive decisions and throw the ball quick. He was not doing that, and that was very, very frustrating. It was getting us off the field more times than I could count, and in year 4, you got to be able to make decisive decisions on third down. You know they're going to bring pressure. There's going to be a strange package. There's going to be a strange blitz. You need to be ready for it. The interception he threw. Let's talk about the fumble in the first half. Not his fault in the sense of he was holding the ball fine. He's in the middle of throwing. But the problem with Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones' pocket awareness is so lackluster, it kills me. I'm watching Brady, and comparing Daniel Jones to Brady is already unfair, and I understand that. But when you watch Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, these guys, you see Matt Stafford, they have a feel for the pocket and feel that pressure coming. There's 2 kinds of fumbles Daniel Jones has. The ones where he's not securing the ball and the one where he doesn't feel pressure coming. It wasn't his fault in the sense of the way he was carrying the ball or holding it, but he has to feel that pressure coming. You're in year 4, Danny. You are in year 4. You have to feel that pressure coming. The interception. Man, we're in the red zone. They muff a punt. We can take the lead. And he stares down Saquon all the way to the end zone. Saquon is in no way open, and Jones throws the ball and it gets intercepted. It is year 4. You have guys that are younger than DJ. You have Tua, Burrow, Herbert, Mac Jones. These guys don't make those mistakes. These guys are good with their eyes. These guys have gotten past that. If Jones wants to stay a Giant, he needs to get past that because that touchdown missed right there could have lost us the game. Very easily could have. And it felt like the game was lost at that point. It's just hard to see that. And DJ was so up and down. He's just got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent. You got to make quick decisions, and you have to use your eyes to the disadvantage of the defense. The defense feeds on the way Daniel Jones looks at his picks and where he's going to throw. It's just frustrating. I love DJ. I love him as a person. I think he's a great leader. The fact that he throws that interception, we see him getting reamed out by Brian Dable, and he comes back out on the field and gets the go-ahead touchdown. Hell yeah. But the thing is, you don't always get all those breaks, and we need DJ to be more consistent. If he was in year 2, I'd say you just got to keep getting better. But he has to show quick improvement, man, if Daniel Jones wants to stay on the Giants. I say it every week. He will not be a Giant next year. And the only reason he won't be is there's no way he can do enough to prove he deserves a contract. Unless he wants to take a huge pay decrease, which I don't think he will. There's no way we can keep him. You can't keep him after that game. You can't. I want DJ to be great, but I'm just being honest. He was very frustrating yesterday. Where Saquon, if he plays like that, he deserves a huge new contract. Daniel Jones can't play like that to get another contract. He has to play better. Offensive play calling was amazing. I want to talk about that for a second here. Brian Dable going for it on that 2-point conversion at the end. First of all, Joe Judge would have never done that. That is how a new coach should. That is how a coach should coach. You have faith in your players, and you have them go down the field and get you the win. I love to see it. The play call was genius. It was a classic Chiefs play. The thing was, it wasn't executed great, and that's where Saquon Barkley's greatness comes out. Is Saquon Barkley can beat a shedded tackle and a broken rusher and still get into the end zone and get that 2-point conversion. The run plays were great. They were doing a lot of counters, and they were doing a lot of very technical offensive line moves to get Saquon some holes. And Saquon gave credit to Feliciano, Glowinski, Bed Bredesen, Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas. He was giving credit to those guys because they really did do a good job in the pass blocking game. In the run blocking game. Pass blocking game was pretty abysmal in the first half and got a little better in the second half. But there's definitely growth to be made there. But overall, the offensive play calling was much, much better. I even liked the third downs where Jones didn't convert them because of a bad drop, or because Jones didn't read the field right. I still liked the play calls. Overall, offense did well. Great to see Saquon back. Dable and Kafka are an instant upgrade from what we're used to, and it was freaking awesome. Defense. You're missing Brian. You're missing Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari, and we still held Derrick Henry to under 100 yards, and we held the offense to 20 points, and that was it. The Titans won their division last year and the year before that, and beat the Chiefs and the Bills in those 2 years as well. The Titans are not a team to be laughed at, and the Giants defense, with a very lackluster roster, very young roster, played very well. You could see very quick improvement, though. They started off very rough, and then as the game went on, they kept progressing and getting better, and better, and by the end, they were kicking ass, and they held it, and they did a very good job. The defense at the end, though, last drive, really undisciplined. We saw some broken routes. We saw some penalties, and the Titans got all the way down to get the field goal to win the game. The defense couldn't hold them. The pass rush was not great. Zimonets did not have a great game. Quincy Roche, I don't think I saw him out there. Ward didn't have a great game. So, there's still a lot to be improved on, but that defense held up when they had to hold up, and that was awesome. Like, it was great to see that. It was just Wink gets the best out of his guys, It was awesome to see that. And, some guys had some good games. It was nice to see Dexter and Leonard Williams. They did a good job in the run blocking game. Crowder had a great hit on Derrick Henry. Just a lot of really, 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 really great heads-up plays by a lot of guys that have a lot to prove. And it should only get better. We're going to get our pass rush back. We're going to get Azeez and Kayvon back. They're only gone for a week, maybe two, and then we should have them back. So overall, Saquon carried the offense. Wink Martindale did a great job on the defense, getting those guys ready to play, but also the play calling was very well done. He kept his head. He called a lot more blitzes in the end, which was really great. Kudos to him. And then finally to Brian Dable, having the faith in his team to go for those 2 points. That's the difference. You can be a rah-rah coach. You can be a Joe Judge and go out and talk the talk, but when it comes down to playing to win or playing not to lose, that's what makes a coach. And Joe Judge never played to win, and it used to piss me off. And the fact that Brian Dable in his first game against a very, very good Titans team said, no, go for 2. I trust my guys. Huge. Even if they didn't get it, I promise you I'd be sitting here telling you that was the right call. Ask my brother when he's back on the podcast. Ask my girlfriend if I ever have her on. We talked about it. I said they should go for 2 and win this game right now, and they did. Brian Dable's the real deal, man. Dayball's a steal. I'm telling you. Those guys that we got from the Bills are going to be huge. Evan Neal had a good game, and Kayvon, when he comes back, man, I'm really hoping he can play well and have instant satisfaction and instant success, because that'll just be even better for us. Guys, I feel like I just wanted to get all my thoughts out. I've been watching the Giants lose for a long time, a very long time, and it's just one win, and it doesn't mean anything. Week 1, I've seen Aaron Rodgers lose past 2 week 1s and be the MVP of the NFL. I've seen Tom Brady get blown out in week 1 and then go win the Super Bowl. I've seen the Giants win week 1 and then not do anything with the season. But the thing is, Giants fans deserve this one, and we should all be very, very proud of our team, of our players, of our coaches, of our owner, of our general manager, all of them. They deserve a lot of credit, and it was just nice to get a win. The Giants' schedule coming up is winnable. That's the thing about our team this year. Yes, we're young. Yes, we're new. Yes, we're inexperienced. But we have to play the Panthers next week, who it's a coin flip game. Then we have to play the Cowboys. I feel awful Dak got hurt, by the way. I love the Cowboys, hate the Cowboys. I don't like players getting hurt, so that sucks. But with Dak gone, that's a winnable game. And then we have the Bears. I don't want to say 4-0. I don't want to say it because there'll be a game or two where, DJ makes an error, Saquon maybe tweaks something, knock on wood, and maybe it won't be that. But the fact that we get to be optimistic, the fact that we get to, have a victory Monday, it was awesome. And the only thing I can guarantee you guys is Brian Dable and Joe Schoen are taking this team in the right direction, and I have a lot of faith in them. And I just couldn't be happier. I hope guys grow. I hope we see DJ get better. I hope we see Holmes get better. He got burned a few times. The linebackers got to get a little bit better now that we don't have Blake. But there's room for improvement, man. And a win is a bloody win. It doesn't matter if it's by 50 or by 1. It's a win. That's awesome. Seeing the way the guys hugged Dable at the end. There's this clip of Saquon Barkley and Sterling Shepard like embracing Dable and giving him this huge hug. It felt like to me that was every Giants fan hugging Brian Dable right there. It really did feel like that. I know it sounds super corny, but the way Saquon goes in for that hug and the hype in his face, that's how Giants fans felt in that moment too. I really hope Saquon balls out all year, gets an extension, because just the way he led yesterday, it was so epic. It was so epic. Man, crazy. Guys, 32 weeks in, 32 episodes, and the Giants are 1-0. We're 1-0. We're 1-0. It's just absolutely crazy. I just can't begin to express how excited I am. Crazy. Trying to figure out when to do, as a side note, we're trying to figure out when to do the podcast, because we have the last game tonight, the Seahawks versus the Broncos. So either tomorrow or Wednesday, we will have a podcast come out with me, John, and Matthew going through our picks for next week and talking about some of the games and how we feel about them. But I will always be here to talk about Giants. I want to do a weekly reaction series. Guys, my thoughts are going to be all over the place. I'm not going to edit these. This is just how I'm feeling. I am excited. I'm going to be all over the place. I just want to say one more time, DJ was inconsistent, but way to go down and win the game. Saquon's back to his usual self and is one of the top running backs in the league as of today. Wink Martindale is the real deal on defense and called a great game and got his guys ready. And Brian Dable is absolutely the head coach of the New York Giants and brings a whole different mentality to this team that we have not seen in a hot minute. For everyone who supports this channel, thank you very much. Just giving me a thumbs up and a comment means a lot. I know it's been inconsistent at best, but now that the football season has started, I'm going to do my best to get you guys content because, man, winning a game yesterday was just the best feeling in the world. We'll be back tomorrow or Wednesday with a new podcast going through our picks for week 2 and how we feel about week 1. There'll be even more Giants hype there, I promise you guys. Until then, though, enjoy the rest of your days. If you're a Giants fan, man, just enjoy this win. We only can go up, in my opinion, man. We didn't have any bad injuries. We're hopefully getting some guys back going in the week 2 against a Panthers team that I think we can capitalize and win and be 2-0. So let's just go, guys. Let's go. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.